Yes, you can reach 110, 120, depending or more, depending of how much additional extra air you introduce during the intake. How? With a supercharger or with a turbocharger? Yes, with external element that forced extra air in the combustion chamber. Of course, in order to support that extra amount of air entering in the combustion chamber, you need that the seal internally in the combustion chamber be perfect. What is the meaning of that? Yes, you need to be 100% sure that the seal in between piston rings and cylinder wall is perfect, and you need to be 100% sure that the head gasket be properly installed, and you need that the valves close properly. What is the meaning of that? In the combustion chamber, enter the air at atmospheric pressure. Enter the air at atmospheric pressure, no extra pressure. Normally, okay, if I have that cylinder, the intake valves are over there. This is the air filter, and those are the exhaust valves. The exhaust valves are communicated with the exhaust pipe and goes out through the exhaust pipe. All right. This is the cylinder, and the intake depends only of the quality of the air filter. For that reason, right now, I am going to talk about the air filter. How important is the air filter? It's critical in any type of internal combustion engine, gas or diesel. The air filter is critical because depending on the condition of the air filter, more air and clean air enter in the combustion chamber. Important. And now we are going to talk about the supercharger. The supercharger is a blower, and this is the typical blower with the two roots or two elements that compress the air from the ambient temperature, atmospheric pressure, and send the air full compressed into the combustion chamber. Remember, before the air entering the combustion chamber, pass for the intercooler or aftercooler. Those elements are hollows in order to keep the temperature of those elements as low as possible. Okay, and those elements are correct. The shaft of one of these is connected with the gear of the crankshaft, and exactly that's the input. The air filter normally is located over there. That's the input of air at atmospheric pressure, and the air is compressed because both gears compress the air. Correct. The air is compressed. That's the input, that's the intake. The air exactly. And the air is full compressed, and this is the output. This is the output with high pressure. This is the output that enter normally in the combustion chamber. Of course, in between this area at the input of the intake manifold, you have the intercooler or aftercooler. Okay, the air goes out through this area at high pressure and high temperature, and this is basically the supercharger. It's a blower. I explained to you before. It's a blower that in some cases is electrical, 12 volts, 24 volts DC. It's not recommended, and in other cases is connected by belt with the crankshaft like this, or in some cases is connected gear with the gear of the crankshaft and the gear of the camshaft. This topic is scavenging. We are going to check what is the meaning of scavenging. Scavenging is basically clean the area of the combustion chamber, remove the excess of gases. You remember in two-stroke engines, the scavenging is produced when the fresh air enter in the combustion chamber and push the smoke out. When the fresh air enter in the combustion chamber and push the smoke out. That process, because remember, in two-stroke engines, intake and exhaust occur at the same time. Intake of fresh mixture and exhaust occur at the same time. And after that, compression and explosion in the second stroke. In the first stroke, intake and exhaust. In the second stroke, compression and power. Alright? Yes, in the first stroke, during the intake, the fresh air enter and push the smoke out. The name of that process is scavenging. That explanation was in the first chapters of this book, and was related with two-stroke diesel engines and gas engines in both of them.